so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my how they fly. Those blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love. Hey Kent, welcome back.
Hello, Paul.
How was Hawaii?
It was good. I should send you a song, shouldn't I?
If you have one, send it.
I'll do it right now.
Hey Barbara.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Hey Jack. Those documents you sent look great. I'm looking forward to your tutorial or speech or whatever.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for checking it out.
I didn't read them carefully, but they look well prepared.
They're kind of tedious to read, but oh well.
Good evening.
Walter, how are you?
Walter?
Okay. You sound surprised.
Walter?
What's he doing here?
Hello, everybody.
And Gary, hey Gary.
Good
Paulette.
evening.
Hi.
Oh, good song, Kent.
You like that one?
Yeah, I played it, I don't know, a few weeks ago. You may not have been here when I did.
Must not have been. There'll be a pale comparison.
I forget about that band, so it's good to have a reminder. I saw somebody on the internet playing a song of theirs, not this song, just this week.
Well, what band is it?
Bread.
Oh,
Got David Gates.
Yep,
Oh, I missed that. What did you say?
David Gates.
David Gates. I couldn't have told you one member of that band.
well, he's the big one.
Okay.
I think he did. He went solo too, maybe.
Yeah, he went solo and did Got One Hit, Goodbye Girl, if you remember that movie.
I don't.
No, you're sitting around one day, you're thinking, what are we going to name our band? How about Bread?
Maybe we'll make
They've
up
been
bread.
Hispanic.
They wanted to
it would've been
end up with
tortilla.
lots of.
Lots of
Yeah,
bread.
different meaning of bread, yeah.
Yeah.
Tortilla.
There you go.
How about frozen peas?
Yeah.
Frozen peas. Give peas a chance.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's bad.
Hey, Marty, did you ever get Oscar Blues to answer you?
Well, yes and no.
Uh-oh.
I still have homework to do on that. My wife and I have made the supreme sacrifice and went there and bought a beer on Sunday afternoon.
Ah.
You know, went on a field trip. And the guy at the
for us, huh?
yeah, I took one for the team. The guy at the bar said, "Sure, no problem." I said, "Well, then, can I have your name? And when we show up, it's okay." No. Let me give you the guy that's going to make the decision, his email. So he gave it to me, and I've written to him, but he hadn't responded. I went by there a week and a half ago and wrote down my request, and he still hadn't responded. So my answer at this moment is, I don't know. Do we want to think about meeting via Zoom next week, and we just plan on doing it the week after at Oscar Blues?
That'd be fine with me.
That way I'll have by next week, we'll have an answer one way or the other.
Okay.
You know, we're gonna either fish or cut bait, one of the way.
So where is Oscar Blues?
What?
Where is Oscar Blues?
Oh, you'll like it, Walter. It's not far from you. It's up on Metric Boulevard, just north of Rutland.
Oh, okay.
So people who live on the north side, that'll be a great spot. I don't know about center of town and south siders, but they've got a nice outdoor area.
So this would,
What?
so this would really just be, but let me turn my speaker down. This is I see what the problem is. Okay, this should be better. This is sort of temporary until we go to Hancock Center, right?
Oh yeah, it's
Just a one-time
so we
thing, I
can-
think.
for once see each other in person again.
Oh,
You know,
Or for
Oh,
the first
just one.
time.
okay.
we stammered around maybe getting together on Saturday or Sunday or something like that, and then we ended up saying, well, why don't we just do it Tuesday? Everybody's used to doing Tuesday.
You know, maybe, I just always think out of the box, but maybe we should take a picture of ourselves on Zoom and then do like a name tag and stick it on.
There you go.
I think that's an excellent idea. And
You
you'll,
get the
put
picture
it on your-
frames, just hold them up in
You-
person.
you put it on your forehead because that's where people are used to looking.
Right.
That's even better.
That way, when you see their eyes, you'll know they're looking at you when they're looking over you. Yeah, that sounds good.
We could just pin it to our face masks.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna do
you
it.
go.
It's too funny.
Oh,
Picture.
Well, you
Yeah,
post a
let me
picture every week for YouTube.
I know, but I mean, I just thought it'd be funny to have it on my phone. Anyway.
But the
All right.
guy, the bartender guy, when he was saying, yeah, come on, he was saying, you can bring your own chairs too. That would be
Oh.
helpful. So when we do this, we ought to think about bringing lawn chairs.
Why would we want to bring our own chairs? Don't they have chairs there?
They have some chairs, but we'll have more control over where we might sit and how we group things if we bring our own. Not everybody has to bring some, but there's a pretty good sized area there that is just open. It's no chairs at all.
And the seating they have is picnic tables or what?
Picnic tables.
Okay. Yeah. Might be nice to sit at a chair instead of a picnic table, so
Right.
because you
Picnic
can't scoot the
tables
bench
are not real
back.
conducive to
Right, they're
seeing
not.
each other.
so are we gonna have like songbooks or how are we gonna do that? How did you do it when you went to the park?
We used one of Kevin's old songbooks, and we could use that exact same songbook again. I think would be fine. If anybody's really ambitious, you could. We've got a pretty good collection of new songs, and we could put together a new songbook. But I don't see any point in it. None of us remember what songs are in that songbook, so if we play them again, it won't hurt anything.
That'd be my vote. Keep it simple.
Yeah,
Which one was it?
I don't know.
I mean, did it have
All
a
I
date
remember is
associated?
that-
Some of them had dates
There's
associated
lots
with
of
it.
them.
Spring
Yeah.
songbook. or
All I
something.
remember is that the Midnight Special was in it.
Right.
I thought he published a
Everyone
new
is the Midnight
songbook
Special.
I thought he published a new songbook every quarter.
We did, but you know,
Yeah.
where they are, we don't know. All of them, that is, unless
It wasn't one of the nursing home songbooks. There was 3 of those.
I don't think it was.
Yeah,
think
I
it was
don't
one of
remember
the-
singing the midnight special
no,
when
I
we
don't
went to the
think-
nursing
no, there
home.
was no midnight special at the nursing home.
Yeah,
I
think it
like
was-
those because we did them so regularly. We kept repeating them over and over again.
Yeah,
We got pretty good.
well, dull.
I totally fine with me if we do a nursing home song book, but I don't know where they are. I'd have to look around.
Yeah.
Somebody
Well,
has
pick
one.
whatever you like, you know.
Just make it easy on
Yeah.
everybody.
Have
And
you
pretty much
physically
those
got
songs aren't so hard. Whatever we do, we can sort of,
Yeah.
mostly 3. They're not too many chords.
Right.
Paul, have you got those songbooks?
I got a couple of them, but I don't think I have more than a couple.
I have a couple. I can dig up what I've got if you.
Mhm.
I saved most of them too.
Yeah.
And no, but
Yeah, I have several of them,
one from
especially counting the nursing home ones. But I have some that I've never even sung because they were done before I was part of the group, and I got hold of them, even though I never had sung them.
Right.
Well, I know
how
Kevin
about-
gave them away to some of the people who were starting, and one of them must have been you.
Yeah, probably.
Well, let me just dig up one. I'll send it out as a proposal, and probably nobody will mind singing the songs that are in it. Yeah, I think you're right, Deana. Deana's mentioning that they're probably on the website. So
I also
I'm sure
have,
that's where mine came from.
A ukulele book
Hmm.
from the Brutorian. And that has, the first song is Guess What?
the Midnight Special.
That may very well be the one we use then.
Midnight Special.
That's right. Love Potion number 9.
Yeah.
Sounds
The
familiar.
gospel song I'll Fly Away.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Mobile Line.
That's a good one.
City of New Orleans. Oh, Bruce Springsteen song, Dancing in the Dark.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. And
Like
the-
a
and
good
it's-
songbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should just use that
Bowtie
one.
Daddy.
Here's that
Yeah,
one.
let's use that one. Good songs.
Luke John B.
Nice.
Only the Lonely.
Only the lonely.
Yeah, that one always falls apart. Nobody knows how to finish it.
Walter can do the falsetto kind of. I mean, Walter can do a falsetto or something, right, Walter?
Oh, and I'm Henry VIII, I am.
That's a good one.
That sounds.
And of course, Blitzkrieg Bop.
Yeah.
I think that's the book that we used when we went out there, because all those songs that you've mentioned were
Yeah,
ones that
sounds
we did.
familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the very book we used.
Does anybody
All right.
have an electronic copy of that?
I must have one, and I will email it out, and everybody can print their own physical copy.
Yeah. That's the best way to do it, I think.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll put that on my to-do list.
Probably put all the songs in order in our big book.
All right, let's play some music. And last in, first out. We're doing stack ordering, I think. So that means Kent gets to play us a cool song. Oh, by the way, I've got a new monitor. Not that you should care about my monitor, but it's going to have an impact on the way my windows are laid out and possibly the way this recording works. So hopefully it won't be too much of a disaster. Oh,
Well,
and
the
it also,
the image on the screen here looks really good.
how does it look now?
Good.
It looks
All right.
like music.
Excellent. Hold on.
Don't even have to scroll this one.
Well, can you read it if I don't scroll? Like if I normally would zoom in like this, so it's nice and big.
Big.
I'll go whatever way you want to go.
Yeah, I could read it the other way too. That was all right.
Okay.
It's nice having it bigger.
All right, then let's
But
stick with
the
big.
people don't know what the CSUS2 is. which
I was
is
going to say that too.
which is
And how about the G plus?
the G plus is this.
Can't see what it is.
It's on the screen now.
Where? Oh, I've got images blocking all of the chords.
Let me zoom out a little bit.
You want to zoom out so they can see the strange chords?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay, good.
There is
That's a good size, by the way.
C minor sixth, which is going to throw you if you don't know what it is.
I'm looking for the. Oh, here you go.
There it is. Up at the top.
Minor sixth.
There's
And
a
the
lot of
C-sus,
interesting chords here.
the C sus2 is the other one you got to see.
There's C sus 2, yeah. And I saw another one, E minor 6.
Oh, that's you're just moving from an E minor seventh like this, and then move up one fret on the C fret.
Yeah. It's easy enough for you to say that now, but when we're in the middle of the song, I won't remember that.
I can quit singing and just call the frets out for you. 0102.
All right. I'm as ready
I'm
as I'm.
the opening act for all of you today. All right, you ready?
All right, everybody, self-mute, please.
A picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? The words will never show the you I've come to know. If the paint could launch 1,000 ships, then where am I to go? There's no one home but you. You're all that's left me to. And when my love for life is running dry, you'd come and pour yourself on me. If a man could be two places at one time, I'd be with you tomorrow and today, beside you all the way. If the world should stop revolving, sitting slowly as to die, I'd spend the end with you. And when the end was through, then one by one the stars would all go out. Then you and I would simply fly away.
And that's nice for chord progressions.
So pretty.
Yeah.
All I have to say is David Gates must have one high voice.
Yeah.
Was this in his key?
I think this is the original key. Oh, it
Yeah.
says play along with capo on fret 2, so it's even 2 steps higher.
Wow.
Yeah, you need to somehow change the key. I think to sing this, I know I couldn't do it in that key because you just want to start croaking.
Yeah.
And you have to go down there, and I don't know
Well-
what you change the key to.
Well, if you put a capo 2 frets up, it might be high enough that you could drop it a whole octave.
Or third, maybe.
I think it was just beautiful. I just
Yeah.
love the words to that song, and I
Beautiful
just
song.
and so many beautiful chords. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I always enjoy a song that the chords sound like the original number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Only problem was I couldn't play along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
I enjoyed the words.
We don't know.
Played along to about every fifth chord.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too. Every fifth chord.
If we practice for a week on that song and then come back and then we'll all do it together.
There you go. I like that.
You clearly need chords.
Yeah.
There's enough of us where we could alternate chords that way.
Yeah.
Play every-
It'd be like the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain.
Some of us sing the high notes and some of us sing the low.
Right. Yeah, there's, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There's about as many chords as there are people in the group right now. So
Everybody pick a chord
we
and
each
know
just have
when to
one
come
chord.
in.
Yeah.
It'd be like bell ringers.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
C.
You pick C.
C.
Are you picky?
I think we should totally do an arrangement like that where everybody has just
fun.
one chord.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I'll take C.
Marty already claimed C.
Marty already got dibs on C.
Oh,
You can do C6 though. That's even easier.
And I'll do A minor then.
I guess if you're only doing one chord, it doesn't much matter.
Right.
You can earn that one.
Yeah. It's the changes that kill you. All right. That was great. Thanks, Kent.
That was good. You're really getting good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Gary Goebel, did you send me a song this week? Do you want to play a song?
No, I did not. I'm having trouble getting motivated on any songs. So.
Gary, your internet connection's solid today, though.
Stalling today?
No, it's
Oh,
good.
we
You
can
have a
get
really
you.
good
We'll
one.
hear you today.
Yeah, well, it's the force is with me. So.
Ah.
Very
That's
good.
interesting because it's like there's no that echo or the auto tune sound that
Oh,
we
yeah.
get so often. I haven't heard it yet.
I heard it
Okay.
earlier, but I don't hear it now. Well, that's cool.
I guess
Well,
the music or something. Well, good.
I have
All
I have a
right.
cheap service. I don't get auto tune or any of that effects. I need to pay more.
you don't want it.
Yeah.
Really.
Christine, you sent me a song a little bit ago, right?
Yeah, I did. I think I
hold
should
on.
take my earbuds out so they don't fall in my ukulele like the last time. though. You caught me.
Oh wait, don't do that yet. You got to make
No?
sure I pull up the right song. Let's see.
Okay.
It's
Okay. I'm pulling out my earbuds. All right.
Is it sharing right? Does it
Can
look
you-
right to y'all?
It's small.
It's
but
very
there.
small.
Yeah, I did. Some,
Are we doing one or both of the songs?
yeah, hold on.
Both.
I clicked the wrong button.
can
Let
you
me try
hear me?
again. Yes, we hear you.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let me try
Maybe don't-
again.
This is so easy. This is a real cheater
Yes.
for me because I didn't want to be a slacker because I didn't sing the last couple of times and I missed last week.
There you go.
So, but this is one of those songs that I learned as a kid, and it's kind of a vaudeville number, I think, because they used to take my dad used to sing this to us all the time, and then he'd switch up the words to the one "Show Me the Way to Go Home." I'll show you how they do that, but then. In the end, he'd make my sister and I sing both of them together. So you probably have heard this 1,000 times. But anyway, it's the best I can do today. So it's F, B flat, G7, C. Very simple. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Other night, dear, when I was sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. sunshine away. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago and it went right to my head. Wherever I roam, on land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. Then he switched it up. Home me the way to go, show. I'm dead and I want to go to tired. If I had a little hour about a drink ago, and it head right to my went. Roam where I may ever, on foam or sea or whatever. You can always hear me, always sing me here in this song. Home me the way to go, show. So he would sing that kind of like drunk, you know. So, and then the last one that I found online was indicate the way to my abode. I'm fatigued and I want to retire. I had a spot of beverage 60 minutes ago and it went right to my cerebellum. Wherever I may perambulate, on land or sea or atmospheric vapor, you can always hear me crooning the melody. Indicate the way to my abode. I don't know about that one.
Very good.
But it's really kind of a funny.
Get an A for wordplay.
Yes.
Well, it's really, I mean, my dad used to do all kinds of crazy, you know, songs all the time. But, you know, it's, if you go online, there's like a million kinds of verses to that song, and everybody's like making, and it was even in Jaws, you know, I don't know if
Oh,
you
right.
remember
I forgot
at
that.
all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So, but the two songs are kind of like a duet where you've heard
Around.
of it, right? I don't know. They used to sing it as a duet, so they'd sing a little bit of "You Are My Sunshine," and then someone burst in and singing, you know, because it's all the same chords. Anyway, that's my spiel. So, and I stand by it.
Walter, you want to do your song? Let me see. I think I have it right here.
Okay.
All righty.
Have I ever done this song before in this group?
I didn't remember it.
Okay, I didn't think so. But after earlier this week, I was thinking about doing Poor People's Store that I was absolutely certain I had not sung in this group. And Paul sent me evidence, believable evidence that I actually did in December. And I didn't recall it at all. It's embarrassing. I'm not going to embarrass myself further.
Boodle A minor shake.
It's Boodle Lamb Shake.
Hey, minor.
A minor shake.
Boodle lamb, boodle lamb, boodle lamb, boo. Oh, toodle lamb, toodle lamb, toodle lamb, toodle lamb, too. Shake a leg, shake a leg, shake a leg, shake a leg now. Break a leg, break a leg, break a leg, break a leg, wow. Boodle lamb, boodle lamb, boodle lamb, boodle lamb, boo. Oh, toodle lamb, toodle lamb, toodle lamb, toodle lamb, too. Shake a leg, shake a leg, shake a leg, shake a leg now. Oh, break a leg, break a leg, break a leg, break a leg, wow. You know it don't mean a thing. All you gotta do is that good old Johnson swing. Boodle lamb, boodle lamb, boodle lamb, boodle lamb, boo. Oh, toodle lamb, toodle lamb, toodle lamb, toodle lamb, too.
Wow.
Good, that's fast.
Walter, do you have any background on that one? That's really cool.
I have no idea what the Johnson swing is. Little Rev does that song. If you know,
yeah.
he's the one that I originally picked this one up from. And I know that he has a version that's slightly different with different chords, but I've heard him do it in the past before. But I know absolutely nothing about it. Although I do know from doing some Google searching that the Grateful Dead, when they first started out, they did a lot of jug band stuff, and they did this song as one of their early songs. So that's about the best I can do.
That's some pretty fast chord changes.
Right.
Impressive.
Yeah,
That
they,
took a lot of practice. I still didn't get it right.
yeah, the chords themselves are not hard, but they come fast.
Yeah. Fast and furious.
It's not an easy one to play along with. Mimi, you want to play a song?
Well, okay. I'm going to take us back about 3 centuries. And this is also one I apparently played before I was going through my books and thinking, what can I do? And I thought, well, this is doable, and it's a 2 uke one. So I thought, well, I'll record uke 2, and lo and behold, I already recorded uke 2. So you're not the only one that doesn't remember. Anyway, it's a little Mozart Minuet from Danse. So I have to get my. I've been practicing finger picking. That's why I'm doing these kinds of tunes lately. Got to get my little recording out. Then I give myself a little count off. 1, 2, 3, 2.
That's so pretty.
Very nice.
Very pretty.
Very nice.
What did you have playing along with you there?
Pardon?
What was that playing along with you?
That was a recording of myself.
Oh, okay. So you did 2 different ones, yeah.
Yeah, you remember the ukulele in the classroom book. It was in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fun to record yourself and then play with yourself.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that sounded good. I like doing that too. I haven't done it lately. I should
Yeah.
find a new
What
song.
you need to do is make a Bob video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have a Mimi video with 2 Mimis.
my gosh. I think that's technically beyond me, but maybe I would like to do it.
Played the harmony. You play.
Yeah, I played the uke two part, the harmony.
Wow.
I recorded it and then I played uke one along with it.
Pretty.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
And the recording was coming out of your phone?
It was just my little voice memo app on my phone. Nothing
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
nice.
It's very easy to record if you have an iPhone and a voice memo. I think it comes with it.
Deana, I found your song.
Cool. Okay, so I've got the little fancy part memorized. So I thought it'd be fun. Y'all can play the chords along to that. And I'm
Everybody mute yourselves.
singing with yours. Okay. I'm trying to think how to count it in. 1, 2. I think it's been 2, 4, right? 2, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, or something like that. Y'all get it. Oh man, I'm getting nervous. Okay, I'm gonna start over. I may not be doing this after all. Beginning again. Second section. Okay.
That sounded really nice.
Yeah.
That was
really
pretty.
I gotta work on my starts for sure.
That was real pretty. I wish I had a strum cam for that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to teach us how to play that? What were you doing?
What am I doing? Oh, let's see. I'm just doing the middle 2 strings and the top string. Oops. You know, what I could do is I could scan the music and send it out.
That would be great.
It came from one of the ukulele magazines.
It's
Whatever.
probably online for free.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if she has the music online for free, but you can watch her play it.
Yeah.
The first time I played it, I did it on the tenor ukulele, but she was playing it on just a concert, I think. And so I tried playing it on the concert, and I actually like the way it sounds better.
I think it would be really cool to repeat some of this because we never have the music in advance. And so I think it would be really neat if you could just a couple of these try over the week and then try it again. I'd like to be able to play along, but I'm hopeless over here. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, and I forgot that the first time I did it, I called out the little section so that if you like got lost, you could jump back in. And I forgot about that till the very end. So,
Well,
plus I was having so much trouble playing it, it was hard to do anything else but try to get it played.
well, what's nice is since Paul records it, I mean, if we're really serious about learning these songs, we just go back to what he sends out, and he has music and recording. We can just keep recording it. So It's a possibility.
Yeah. How about we do an academic interlude? Jack, you want to teach us something?
Yeah, that would be great. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I'm going to just spend 5 minutes, if that's okay, and talk about shell chords.
Do you want me to share those documents, or do you want to share your own screen?
I don't even have the link on this computer.
All right.
It doesn't matter. I'm just going to do a quick overview. I was finding I was too wordy. I could hardly do anything in 5 minutes. So I'll just do a quick overview.
Well, take 7 then. What the heck?
I don't want to wear out my welcome. Anyway, I'll get into it. The first thing is I was here last week. It's the first time in 6 months, and I was dazzled by how good everybody was doing. Everybody across the board had improved, and so the idea of talking about shell chords, this is something you probably don't need. You're already doing great stuff, but the point of shell chords is that it can open new doors to all kinds of possibilities, different kinds of music, different tempos. It might facilitate playing fast tempos like that song Walter did. I wasn't able to keep up, but I'm not quite fluent in shell chords. But the first thing on shell chords is that there's very little documentation on shell chords for ukuleles. So this might be something, if you wanted a niche that you could get into, and most people don't know in the ukulele world. Shell chords may be the thing. So what is a shell chord? Anybody play? I know Gary plays guitar. Anybody else play guitar? Because there's a thing called a bar chord, and what you do is you play like an E chord on the guitar, which would be the same as a B chord on the ukulele. And what you can do is with the bar chord is you can work your way down the fretboard, fret by fret, and you can play that E chord chromatically. So what that means is you're playing that a dominant 7 instead of the E at the top. You're playing a F7, F sharp 7, etc. And the point of that is you can play that shape and just move down the fretboard, and it's a different chord. And so with shell chords, you can play one shape and use it all over the place. And the shapes are related to the type of chord. And in this case, we're looking at 3 types of chords, and they're more in the jazz world than I didn't start my stopwatch.
This is fine.
Anyway, so there's 3 types of chords that I focus on. And they're key to the jazz world: the minor 7, the dominant 7, and the major 7. In the jazz world, they try to make every chord a 7th chord. And in the ukulele world, where I have this deal, I don't know if you can see it, but I have to look up chords because so many of the chords we play, a C chord, the shape is different from the F chord, which is different from the G chord. So you basically have to memorize, if you want to know all the chords, you have to memorize hundreds of shapes. So with this, there's 6 shapes, and all you do is, and this is better done on a low G ukulele, because you'll be playing the root is the lowest note that you hear, and that's ideal, rather than having like the high G where you're playing the root as a rather high note. In reality, if you end up playing what's called a inversion, or maybe a slash chord. Anyway, so with the shell chords, what they're doing is they're stripping it down to 3 notes in the chord. Typically, our chords that we play, the stock chords we play in the ukulele, are a triad, 1, 3, 5. And so that means that for the C chord, it's C, E, G, and the E sort of determines if it's major or minor, the three, in other words. And the five, the jazz people say, throw away the five. You don't need the damn five. Play a seven. And there's a technical reason for that, and I can address that later if you want. But so what we're doing with shell chords is playing three-note chords. We don't even use the fourth thing. And it's typically either the third or fourth string is X'd out. And so it's more, when you first start, you'll probably want to pluck. Just each your right hand, each finger will be plucking a string, and you'll either be playing the strings 4-1-2 or 3-1-2. And basically, you find the root. So if you have an A minor 7, the root is an A. If you have a D dominant 7, the root is a D. So if you have a G major 7, the root is what? A G. Basically, you based on the root and the shape and the type of chord, you have the shape. You can play all these chords, but they're very similar. And how much time have I used? Oh, okay. So basically, I was playing Autumn Leaves last week, and I was struck by how smooth the chord transitions are playing something like this. It was pretty effortless. And I'm not an advanced player, obviously. I've only been doing this about less than 2 months. But ultimately, you'll be able to play really fast songs. Where the shell chords are used on the guitar and the piano. And typically, they're used by people like Gypsy Jazz. Django Reinhardt was a key user, was a major user of shell chords. His left hand got burned, so he didn't have the use of his little finger. And so that's ideal for shell chords because you can play three strings and just sort of deaden the other one. Either plucking it, you don't even have to worry, but if you strum it, you have to deaden the X'd out chord. But if you think Django Reinhardt's dull, then you have a problem because he simplified things playing these three-note chords in straight four, which sounds boring as hell, this kind of thing. And it didn't sound like that when he played it. It swung like crazy. And he could play really fast. The bebop guys also use shell chords because they can play, they play fast music in many cases. Charlie Parker's playing over 200 beats per minute on many of his songs. And so Bud Powell, who played piano, was playing two-note chords because it was too fast to play a full, you can't play some Errol Garner Misty chord that's really lush. When you're playing that fast, you need to strip it down to the minimal number of chords. But even if you're playing a slow tune, the shell chords still are pretty nice. And you can do all kinds of other things like slides, and you can do walking bass, you can do chord substitution, all kinds of secondary dominance, and do a lot of the fancy stuff, the tritone substitution, the harmonic displacement, kind of things where you just rearrange a song harmonically. Anyway, I'm sort of hitting the high points, but I just want to make sure to cover certain points. Besides Django Reinhardt, Freddie Green of the Count Basie Band used shell chords. Joe Pass, Lenny Breau, Bud Powell, and my favorite, Bill Evans, the pianist. They all use shell chords at times, and you can use these shell chords to actually play sequentially, to sort of play a solo. Use them as a starting point. But in jazz, there's a thing called guide tones, which you use the third interval and the seventh interval to play solos. Those are kind of like focus points, and you play around those. But on and this was a really great discovery because I wasn't aware of this. When you want to play guide tones, all you're doing is playing the first and second tone of the shell chord. So they're already there, easy to access. You don't have to think too hard. That's more of an advanced thing, but I'm kind of going all over the place, and I knew I'd do that. But anyway, any questions? I'm pretty much out of my time. Anyway.
Thank you for printing all that, or
Yeah,
sending us
thank
all
you.
that stuff we've been looking at.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've been looking at this document while you were talking, and I'm kind of excited to try to learn some of this stuff. Plus, I've been meaning to learn better how to mute strings while I'm strumming. So this is sort of right in that direction of what I wanted to learn anyway.
That's great because yeah, I need to do the same. And Wes Montgomery's another example of somebody who does something like this, where he plays octaves on two strings that are separated by a string he mutes. So he gets this snare drum sound out of the middle string. I can't simulate it, but he'll play a melody in octaves where the middle string is muted and kind of sounds like a snare drum. Somebody's doing it, I think.
I'd love to play one of your favorite progressions, or a couple of them, just as an example. I know you did Autumn Leaves, but I'd like to hear more.
Yeah, I'd love to, if you don't mind.
Please.
I'm gonna just. What did you say, Paul?
I said, please do.
Okay, and I'll keep this short, but I had a few examples from Autumn Leaves, and basically the first time through, I'm going to play it in straight chorus, and the second time I'll do it as a bossa nova, and then I'll go to the chorus and do something called a word painting that I did last week, and I don't think it's kind of a rinky-dink thing, but it's still kind of fun. So here's the progression. And so here's maybe a bossa nova. And here's the chorus. And here the harmonic rhythm changes from one chord per measure, which we all kind of like, to two chords per measure. So it goes, I'm still kind of sloppy here, but so then the lyrics to this are, and this is word painting. This is what I want the lyrics. When autumn leaves start to fall. So with the shell chords, they were ideal for this example of word painting. So it goes, when autumn leaves start to fall, and here's the word painting. It's pretty rinky. So basically, autumn leaves starting to fall. But so the point is, you're playing a shape and just going one direction and going back. It's not as, if you've heard Roger Williams play Autumn Leaves in the 60s, he does word painting that sounds like Liberace. And so this is not quite on that level, but it's kind of anyway, but.
That's awesome.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jack. That was.
And I'll try and present some more examples.
That was good. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. That was great. Mary Jane, you want to go? Unmute yourself. Tell us what you're saying.
Paul?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
I'm gonna need to leave to go pick up my wife. I'll be back shortly, but I'm just gonna disappear for a short time.
All right. See you in a little bit.
Okay, thanks.
Mary Jane, you're muted. Tell us what you're gonna play.
Put the horseshoe crab up.
Okay.
And this is one of my originals that has had very little light of day. I think I played it at one of my other groups, but you guys are definitely a sounding board. And it's also one of those ecological songs. I played it pretty close to Earth Day at one of the other groups. And they liked it because I used a bunch of multi-syllable words in it. So that's about as far as they got with compliments. Wait a minute, let me get this up. The horseshoe crab is a fearful sight, ancient cousin of the trilobite, a species older than the dinosaur, with a shape like a 40s Buick car. To an army helmet, it's a dead ringer, except for the tail sharp as a stinger. It's a gentle creature, it does no harm, not even when tens of thousands swarm. The horseshoe crab of the Atlantic Sea, it is the perfect model for biodiversity. On a spring night with the highest tide, by moonlight on the waves they ride to the sandy beaches of the Delaware Bay, where 20,000 eggs they lay. Migrating shorebirds eat the eggs, dug up by waves of the crab's own legs. This protein source that the red knot ate gave the bird a boost to double its weight. For most of the 20th century, crab was nothing but an oddity, fried fertilizer, fishing bait, until the discovery of lysate, a clotting agent from the blood of the crab, detects infection in the medical lab. This compound helped many people survive. The crab saved more than 1 million lives. The horseshoe crab of the Atlantic Sea, it is the perfect model for biodiversity. Each year the crabs are caught and bled for lysate, leaving thousands dead. Yet this is not the greatest threat, it's the bait industry and the fisherman's net. The horseshoe crabs are in decline, cut up as bait to let Asians die. On whelk or conch, on American eel, and the shorebirds lost their easy meal. Now fewer birds come to the Delaware Bay, and the loggerhead sea turtles stay away, since the food supplies decrease, with so many horseshoe crabs deceased. Their dwindling spawning aggregations shrink other species' populations and lessen the horseshoe blood supply, increasing the chance that people may die. The horseshoe crab of the Atlantic Sea, It is the perfect model for biodiversity.
Mary Jane, thank you.
Wow.
Well, thanks for being a sounding board.
I thought that was a nice song. I've heard that story about the horseshoe crabs, but I didn't realize that the medical industry was killing them. I thought they had a way to drain them without.
Well, they do. They kill some, but they don't kill. The worst part of it is the fishing,
Uh-huh.
because they're used as bait for more exotic, this type of stuff people want to eat.
Right.
I think it's amazing how you take all the research and you're able to actually make things rhyme and fit into a poem. I think that's
I
profound.
read a lengthy article.
Really? No, really, really nice.
Yeah, I think it's nice too. I heard the opening line to a song, which is the only line the person had written. I thought, I'm going to write some more lines to that song. It's hard to write words to a song. I had given up. I have to set it aside and come back.
Well, I think this is the longest song I've got, because I just barely got it on the 2 pages, in the font that I like to use. I was thinking, oh no, if I make one of these because you can make longer lines, but we have trouble reading those long lines, so I had to make short lines, and that really made it take up a lot of pages.
I have a song. I think this is Barbara, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Is Barbara still here?
Barbara's
there you
here.
are. Yeah. Is this your song?
It is my song.
All right, then sing it.
Okay. I think this song is fun to sing. I didn't look it up, but it says Stan Jones, 1948. Hey, there we go. Okay, let's see. Everybody. An old cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way, when all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, a-plowing through the ragged skies and up a cloudy draw. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. Ghost riders in the sky, their brands were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny, and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. Ghost riders in the sky, their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, and shirts all soaked with sweat. They're riding hard to catch that herd, but they ain't caught them yet. They've got to ride forever in that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire There you go.
Very good.
Yeah.
I ran across that song and I said, I love that song. The writing is from, I got this from a songbook from a Massachusetts group that I'm in sometimes, and that's what the writing's from. So anyway.
Fun to play.
Yeah, it was fun to play. Gary and Paulette, I know you sent me a song, but I don't remember what it was.
It's called
Last Kind Words.
Oh, here we go.
It's a song that we, I guess, first heard on a PBS program called American Epic. Is that it? And then on a Rihanna Giddens album, she did it. And then I heard another version of it, and I said, well, we just have to do this song. It's kind of weird, but
it's weird.
It's hard to.
And this is impossible for me to follow playing, so I'm just going to sing.
Okay.
Okay, so why don't you start that one?
Everybody mute.
If I can remember how.
Can I just see the chords again at the top before you start?
Oh, there's only one chord that's odd. It's the one with the longest name. It's probably the easiest one to play. Is that A7 suspended fourth? You go from A to A7 suspended fourth. You just slide up your first finger 1 fret. But anyway, okay. Well,
here we go.
Ready?
Well, the last kind words I heard my daddy say. Lord, the last kind words I heard my daddy say. If I die in the German war, I want you to send my body, send it to my mother, Lord. If I get killed, please don't bury my soul. Just leave me out, let the buzzards eat me whole. When you see me coming across the rich man's field. And if I don't bring you flour, I'll bring you bolted meal. I went to the depot, I looked up at the stars, cried, some train don't come, gonna be some walking done. Oh, my mama, she told me, just the Mississippi River. You know it's deep and wide. I can stand right here, see my baby on the other side. What you do to me, baby, it never gets out of me. I may not see you after I cross the deep blue sea. Well, the last kind words I heard my daddy say. Lord, the last kind words I heard my daddy say.
Wow.
You got it.
Awesome. Nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that was really amazing.
It's just so weird because the words don't quite line up with the music, and I kept trying to sing it so it would all line, and it won't do that.
It doesn't do that.
You just kind of go.
Well, the amazing thing is that the two people, Geechee Wiley, who wrote it, and Christine
Pizzuli, yeah.
and others, they're
Everybody
playing
sings it
it on the
differently.
guitar,
Yeah,
but they're
right.
playing it and singing it at the same time, and it's like
I
that's
was-
walking and chewing gum and,
Patting your head and
and
hopping
playing
on
it.
one foot.
Yeah.
I have learned a couple of songs that are hard that way, and this one sounds really hard that way.
I was trying to play along with them, and I just couldn't do it. So I
Yeah.
just decided, okay, I don't want to.
Paulette, I thought your voice was just perfect with this one. I mean, it was something, very
I like
emotional
bluesy
about
songs.
it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Marty, you got a song?
No, not tonight.
Brenda, let's see. You sent me a song.
I did.
Living on the Road, something.
Yeah, Pancho and Lefty.
Oh,
Pancho and Lefty.
I love that song.
Oh, yeah.
And I still don't know how to play it, but we're going to do it anyway. Sank into your dreams. Patrick was abandoned once, horse was fast above the street. There was none outside his fence for all that this world to be. Patrick is much you know when the measure died Mexico. And no one heard his dying. That's the way it goes. Out there in the sea, any day. Only let him sneak away. Out of kindness, I suppose. Nothing he can see the blues all night long like he used to. That does remind you of big Danse and it often left his round. David Pancho, then left his Ohio, wearing a never to go. There ain't nobody knows. All the things say good and any day. Okay, hold on. The only man out of kindness, I suppose. Oh, still I thought you found, and land was living in a cheap hotel. The desert's wide and the winds cold. Know the story ends again. Underneath your place is true, but save it for laughter too. He only did what he had to, and now he's going home. All the very same to only let him slip away, out of kindness, I suppose. Out of kindness, I suppose. And that's the end of that.
Can I?
I love that song.
Yeah. Brenda, did you feel like there was an extra C in there sometimes?
I did.
Yeah.
I thought there were a couple of, thank you, okay. Yeah. There was, since the music's not up, but there would be like a G,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
C, and
it's
a G, and I think the C was
yes.
extra.
On the end of many of the verses, they throw in a random something, and I didn't have the time to figure it out. So no, it was not you.
Well, I thought you sang it perfectly, and then when it would come with that C, I thought, well, maybe that's why Brenda thinks she's not singing it quite right.
Yeah, I think it changes chords on different words. Every syllable it goes something like C, F, G, a different word or syllable on each one of those at the end.
Yeah, it was
I think
just
that's what you're talking about.
occasionally. It was just one progression.
Yeah, it
Just
didn't
one
always
time?
make sense to me.
Okay,
But,
well then I'm talking about something else.
well, no, I mean, I felt the same way. There seems to be an extra couple of chords here and there. Let's see.
Yeah, go so long at the end is right, but they don't do it like had to do. The C should be on to and the G should be on do. And there's more of verses. It's a multiple thing. You know, every verse has a line like that in it.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was put down correctly.
Yeah.
Somehow.
It'd certainly be hard to follow if it's not right in the first place.
Well, yeah, and I was sort of skipping over the ones that didn't make any sense to me, like I normally do. So, I edit as I go.
And I thought you did a really nice job. The problem was I went and saw Townes Van Zandt a lot.
Well, yeah.
I can hear, and I'm sure I wasn't the only one, but anyway, I can hear it.
Yeah. He wrote it and he sang it like no other. So, yeah.
Anyway, thank you. That was a good song.
Yeah, that was a good song. All right, let's see if I can play a song. I wonder if I could show these chords all at once. Kind of think I could. All right, I'll share my music. I don't usually, but it's all on one page, so.
Blue skies.
Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Those blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on.
Love that song. Yay.
Beautiful.
Really good, Paul.
I appreciate that.
That's one of my old favorites too. That was great. I love the jazzy arrangement.
Yeah, Dr. Uke, you can always count on him for some hard chords. Challenge the left hand. We had a rainy weekend last weekend, and then the sun came out, so there you go. That's what happens. All right.
That
Marty?
song has some beautiful harmonies too when you sing it, you know, with someone. There's some really cool harmonies.
Yeah. Juicy IPA. I didn't know you were an IPA drinker.
I'm not. I bought an assortment. And so I'm drinking part of the assortment. It's, you know, I paid for it. I'm going to drink it. So it's beverage.
Yes, as you should.
All right. I'll be back in a second.
Too funny. You already drank your beverage. Oh well. Never saw the sun shine so bright. Never saw things going so
Walter?
Yeah.
Your wife works at that North Village branch, right?
Right.
Is it open now?
It opens on Monday, I believe.
Okay, I heard it was
The
open.
10th.
I wasn't sure if it made it yet or not.
There's a selection of libraries that are going to be opening up starting on the 10th. And I can't remember what they all are, but I'm sure if you go to the library website, you'll see it.
Yarbrough's coming back. And
Yeah, Yarbrough's going to be opening.
Yeah.
It's Yarbrough's been closed for like
'cause they had to
2.5 years now.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that opening again.
Right. That was
Quite a bit.
Do you know if Recycled Reeds is going to be reopening soon?
There is no plan right now. No one is talking about what's going to happen to Recycled Reeds.
Well, phooey.
There's always a possibility it may just shut down.
Yeah.
But we don't know for sure.
So I guess I'm going to take the books to Goodwill.
Well, do they need volunteers to help keep it open? Because, you know, I could volunteer a little bit to go down there.
I don't know. Probably because I'm not actually working at the library anymore. I'm not sure, but there's always been a volunteer coordinator. And I think if you go to the library website, you'll see there's a volunteer page. And if you contact the volunteer coordinator, they can tell you what's happening.
Also, I missed the first few minutes. So are we all going to meet somewhere next week?
That was something Marty was working on.
Yeah, I've had dialogue with the some people over at Oscar Blues, and I haven't gotten a definitive answer. So what I propose is that we meet online again next Tuesday.
Okay.
With the goal to meet at Oscar Blues the following Tuesday.
Okay. Okay.
And I've been rebuffed a couple of times getting to the right person, but I'm going to keep pestering them.
Well, I believe that there's a Celis brewery up on Metric too.
There is, but I don't know if an outside.
I don't know what the facilities are like. I haven't been there. I'll try to scout it out and see, and just see if there's before anybody even approaches somebody. I think I need to go and look and see if there's outdoor areas suitable for everybody to sit around at.
There's a number of craft breweries in the area.
Yeah.
Like, the Hop Squad and the Heidelberts, I think it's called, and Celis, they don't have very reasonable outside areas.
Okay, well, I'll make it my mission sometime in the next couple of days to just drive down there and just check it out.
Okay.
And if it looks promising, I'll send you an email.
Okay.
Oh, and I wanted to ask about, did anybody hear, Marty, did you hear about the Brutorium? Is that going to be open outside?
I haven't checked there, so I haven't heard. So I don't know. Hey, what were you talking about, Walter, a few minutes ago? It may not open again. I missed the topic on that.
Oh, the Recycled Reed store on Burnett.
All right.
That place has been shut down for a long time now, and I still haven't heard whether there's going to be any future plans for it.
Well, it's a pretty easy profit model, isn't it? It's all donated stuff and they sell it.
And most of the staff is volunteers.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's changed so many times. At first, they were starting to sell lots and lots of former library books, but evidently they didn't sell as well as everybody thought they were going to.
Really?
I don't know.
Really beat up, because I've looked there for stuff.
I mean, I worked there for a while, and there was a lot of people in there buying stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening now.
I had an acquaintance that died, and a friend of mine asked me to help clean out his apartment, and he must have had 15 boxes of LP records that I took over to there.
Oh yeah, they sold lots and lots of records. I don't know if they still do it. They probably don't because of COVID, but there was a big, like a record or an LP convention that was held somewhere downtown Austin every year. And part of it, what they did was they invited everybody over to Recycled Reeds, and they would save up all the donated records and discarded records throughout the year, and then have boxes and boxes and boxes of these LPs for them to take away. And they've sold like crazy. So, but I just haven't heard anything about whether that's ever going to happen again.
It was a nice place. They had entertainment too. I went to some poetry readings there.
Yes. They had musicians and poets.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long it's going to take us to get back to, or if we will ever get back to regular, normal stuff after the COVID,
Well, I've been following whether they're going to be having any ukulele, like festivals anywhere. And The only one I heard about was they plan to do one in Britain in the fall. And that I haven't heard about any really happening in the United States. The end of May, there's going to be the Las Cruces Ukulele Festival, but they're doing that totally over Zoom. But the other ones I've heard about have all been planned to be doing via Zoom or some other form of recycling.
Well, there's got to be some long-term changes in the way things work from now on. It's like Ukulele Society. There are so many people that are dialing in now from all over the country, all over the world, that people are beginning to say, you know, I have a little correspondence with some of the people when we're gathering these videos, and they're saying, please, please, when you go live, keep a Zoom element so we can keep, you know, stay involved.
Actually, when we had that in-person thing, was it beginning of last week or 2 weeks ago? I can't remember. But I was talking to Jan about that, and she was saying that what they're thinking about doing right now is having a once a month thing for people to be able to Zoom in, you know, go through YouTube the way they've been doing it, but then also having an in-person one.
Well, just have 2 meetings then.
Yeah, basically. I think they want to experiment and see how it's going to work out and whether there's enough turnout once we go back to having in-person meetings again.
Yeah. There's going to be some
Well,
change.
I think that, you know, once all the vaccines are given out to everyone who can be persuaded to take one, things will settle down.
Will people be persuaded to take it?
Well,
right now,
and it's a hard sell for some people, you know, and I don't know what to say to people who don't want to take a vaccine that could save their lives, but you know, that's another subject for another day. But
now that's highly political.
Yeah, that's another subject for another day, and that's okay. I'm just hoping that, you know, the push to get everybody vaccinated, well, I think he's aiming for 70% of the population by July the 4th, which will be
I just heard a thing on NPR when I was going to pick Celia up. And they were saying was that they're hoping to start doing a thing with pharmacies where there are going to be certain walk-in hours where you don't have to make an appointment. You just show up and they will give you a vaccination. Whether that's going to really work, we don't know.
And I think, hell, they should be giving them gift cards or something. I don't, you know, whatever will get people to go in there and get their shots. That's fine. Give them a gift card to Amazon or to Best Buy or something.
There was free popcorn at the UT one today for a little while.
What's that?
There was free popcorn at the University of Texas at Gregory.
Okay, you know, give them a cupcake, you know, whatever. Anything.
I think it's so interesting. You know, a few months ago, the whole topic was, how can I get in? How can I get it?
Right.
Now it's completely reversed where please take it, please take it.
Well, that's because people aren't interested. The people who are left who haven't had their vaccinations are a lot of times the people who don't want to take a vaccination. They don't trust it. They don't want it. And that's why we're in this particular thing. I mean, 2 months ago, people were tearing down the doors trying to get a vaccination, but those were
wondering if those people were also opposed to like the polio vaccine and the smallpox vaccine, or is it just this one that's become so political?
Well, and I mean, I can see some hesitancy, but not at this point, because there's so many millions of people that have taken it without ill effects.
Right.
Well, there is a group that's, you know, like anti-vax, but there's also a wait and see group.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting to see what the guinea
I
pigs
hope the
are,
wait and
what's going to
see
happen to the guinea pigs.
I hope the wait and see group is starting to be, you know, because a lot of millions of us have gotten it now, so you know they should be
Yeah.
able to see.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wish everybody would read the literature and don't get so bent out of shape with it. I mean, I was skeptical of it at first too, and I did the reading and I talked to my doctor and I went and got the shot. You know, so when you have critical thinking skills and you can read, you know, you can be
But
persuaded.
not all the voters have that.
It is true.
No, I mean,
I
I could say something about, you know, members of a certain political party who are like more than half against taking vaccines. And
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
understand it at all. But hey, you know, I can't say anymore.
I have a vaccine related question. I even called 311 about this. Well, first of all, it's something I have a couple comments. One of them is something like the Austin Ukulele Society. You know how we're just crammed in there.
Yeah.
So they'd at least have to do something to separate us more. I mean, because everywhere we're just all on our honor, whether we've had the vaccine or not, and what our behavior is. Which brings to mind, you know, okay, I got vaccinated, but we got those cards. So those cards are like gold. I mean, what are we supposed to do with them? Are we supposed to be carrying them around? Are we supposed to put them in a
There
safe
was an
deposit
article
box,
about
make
that
copies?
very thing in the New York Times. You're supposed to make a copy of it, put the copy in your wallet, put the actual physical card they gave you in
Yeah,
a safe
I've
place.
got mine right
You need
here.
a copy of
Carry it
mine.
around with me everywhere.
Right. And because, I mean, if there's boosters this fall, they're going to need to annotate that card again. But they say not to carry the actual card you were given around in case you lose your purse or your wallet or something.
Yeah.
Well, do they have any,
documentation?
do they have anything
thank you.
online that they, oh, sorry, Barbara. But did they keep track of it online too, in their own database? No?
I don't think so. There were
Wow.
I don't know if I ever trusted Austin Public Health because they told me one thing and then it turned out to be something else. And then the next day I went back and they told me something else. They said they were going to call me and they never did. I had to call 311 like 3 times to get myself set up for the first shot. You know.
Yeah. I don't know, but that's what I read in the New York Times.
Okay,
Make a
thank
copy or take a picture on your cell phone.
Well, I
the
took a
actual
picture
card
on my
away.
cell phone of mine, and I also have one in my wallet, but I'll put it in a lockbox and just so I don't have to worry
Because
about
there
it.
might be passports, there might be vaccination
Well, I mean,
passports.
and what really gets me is some people are forging them and telling people they're vaccinated when they're not.
Yeah.
And that is just really bad. So they're just, I think it's some of these anti-vax people who said, hell no, I'm not going to get vaccinated. But if I have this card, people get off my back and I'll just show it to them. You know? So
what they could do is at the Austin.
Well, Mary Jane, do you have another song?
I do.
Oh, wait,
Let's have a song.
what did Gary just say? I didn't hear.
I was just joking. I was going to have, you could have the vaxxers over here and the anti-vaxxers over here. Just separate them.
And you could sell some fake IDs too.
Well,
you know,
and
I just got an idea how to make money.
But if you have your vaccine, then you don't have anything to worry about, really. I mean, yeah,
right.
There's a small percentage, but you know, I'd be fine to sit around 4 people that didn't have it, if you know. Anyway, let's do the song.
Mary Jane, before you start singing, what is a terrier?
Well,
a bunch of little dogs.
I actually didn't know exactly what they did other than what's in the song. I know that they're Irish railroad workers, but they're like immigrants. And so it's an American song, but it's about Irish people working on the railway. And they have to do some drilling, and sometimes they have to go through rocks, and there's explosives involved. And other than that, I'm not exactly sure what they were doing.
I thought it was going to be lazy people who tarry.
No.
Well, I looked it up
that.
in the dictionary, and I didn't find the word terrier in the dictionary. I did see tarry, but
Well,
these people aren't really tarrying,
Doesn't
they're
sound like
working
it.
their butts off.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, see, that's what I thought at first too. You're being, you're tarrying, you're being too slow or behind or whatever.
According to Wikipedia, it was a derogatory term for an Irish Catholic worker on the railroad.
all right, a derogatory term.
All right, thank you.
They had a lot of those terms back in the early 19th century.
Yeah,
Well,
we got
It
rid
kind
of
of
them now.
reminded me of Patty on the railway, which
Right,
I did several months ago. But
Well,
it's got more chords, more challenge for you. Plus, you have a song sheet on this one, and I didn't even use a song sheet for Patty on the railway.
I have a question. How do you play that E? I can't. How do you play it?
I don't play it. I'm on a baritone ukulele. I play it with two fingers.
Play an E7 instead.
Yeah, and
somebody tell me
works okay in this song in particular.
you can do the fourth fret, the first two G and C, and just play the first G, C, and E. Don't play the fourth string, and that's a substitute for E. Is that correct?
That's
I think that was pretty descriptive of an E7th. Yeah, there's not any E7ths in this song. The last song I did, they had both, and he had the ukulele chords for an E7th up then, and they've appeared in some of the other songs people have done.
Walter, will you show us your E again?
Show it.
What they usually do is you bar across the fourth fret, and then you go, let's see, up here, and I can't do that. I've never been able to.
I can't either.
So what I do is I bar across the fourth, and then I go down to the seventh.
That's
like
a great
that.
picture. Just hold that for a second.
Well, that's not going to happen either.
It's like a
lot
bar,
easier than the other
a
one.
barred C. I think Marty showed us that chord a while back too. But yeah, I've been trying to play the regular E, but I usually just use the baritone ukulele. It's so easy, chords that are hard on regular uke are easy on the baritone.
Right.
And vice versa.
It's just to hold the first three strings down.
Right.
And don't play that fourth string. Or the
Right.
bottom string. See, that's muted.
Like that? How does yours sound?
Yeah, I don't like to bar anything. That was one bad thing for being a guitar player, was not liking to play bar chords. Jack could be turning over in his grave, since he recommended it. Okay, well, let's get started with this song. Oh, and I might also add that Saturday was May Day, so I did a whole batch of union and worker songs, of which this was one. Early in the morning, about 7 o'clock, there was 20 terriers a-working on the rock, and the boss comes along and he says, keep still and come down heavy on the cast iron drill, and it's drill ye terriers drill. it's work all day for the sugar in your tay. Down behind the railway, and drill ye terriers, drill and blast and fire. Our boss was a fine man to the ground, and he married a lady 6 feet round. She baked good bread and she baked it well, but she baked it hard as the holes in hell. And drill ye terriers, drill. Drill ye terriers, drill, for it's work all day for the sugar in your tay. Down behind the railway, and drill ye terriers, drill and blast and fire. Now the new foreman was Jim McCann. By God, he was a blamed mean man. Last week a premature blast went off, and a mile in the air went Big Jim Goff. And it's drill ye terriers, drill. Drill ye terriers, drill, for it's work all day for the sugar in your tay. Down behind the railway, and drill ye terriers, drill and blast and fire. The next time payday came around, Jim Goff, $1 short, was found. When he asked what for, came this reply: you were docked for the time you were up in the sky. And it's drill ye terriers, drill. Drill ye terriers, drill, for it's work all day for the sugar in your tay. Down behind the railway, and drill ye terriers, drill and blast and fire.
Very interesting song. Yeah, I like that.
That was a great song. So, since that was a derogatory term, maybe it really did come from accusing them of being lazy.
Around. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really did
Well,
come.
when the Irish came over during the potato famine, there was some pretty serious anti-Irish sentiment. They used to have signs in their shop windows: "No Irish need apply," as far as getting a job. So.
Yeah, people hate the other people. That's just the way we are.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So I've got a song. I've already played it a couple of times, but I'm going to play it again if you don't mind.
Why not? Work for me.
A gentle breeze from Hushabye mountain softly blows o'er Lullaby Bay. It fills the sails of boats that are waiting, waiting to sail your worries away. It isn't far to Hushabye mountain, and your boat waits down by the quay. The winds of night so softly are sighing, soon they will fly your troubles to sea. So close your eyes on Hushabye mountain, wave goodbye to cares of the day, and watch your boat from Hushabye mountain, sail far away from Lullaby Bay. So close your eyes on Hushabye mountain, wave goodbye to cares of the day, and watch your boat from Hushabye mountain sail far away from Lullaby Bay.
Pretty.
Thanks. I've been working on it. It's still not as smooth as I want it to be there in the middle, but it's coming along.
Are you doing it all from memory?
Yeah,
Ah, man, that's great.
that's one of my memorized songs. So I've got maybe, haven't counted them lately. I've got maybe 11 or maybe 12 songs I can play from memory, more or less.
You practice them every day? Pretty
Most
much?
days. Not every song every day, but I play through them pretty frequently. And maybe eventually they'll be nailed down to where I can skip a day and still remember them a little bit.
Sounds great. I think we all ought to practice that one and do it next week together. Right?
Sure.
Deadline.
Yeah.
I want to work on the song that Gary and Paulette
I
did
wouldn't hold my
tonight.
breath if I were you.
I want to see if I can learn to play and sing that song at the same time. That sounds like
hard.
impossible.
That was hard, yeah.
Well, if you look at that one with Christine Pizzuti, or however you say
Pizzuti.
that YouTube video.
But she does it differently than anybody else does it. I like the Turner, Janet and something, Robert Turner. They're, Janice, maybe Janice.
Oh, we'll have to
Yeah.
find that one.
Piedmont Blues is the name of their band. And
What year was
they're
that one
amazing.
written?
1930.
Wow. And how about Hushabye Mountain? When was that written?
That's for a movie, isn't it?
That's from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't know when it was written. Let me see if I can figure that out.
Ask Google.
That's what I'm doing.
It was nice to see everyone. Take care.
See you, Barbara.
Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Bye-bye.
Yippee-yi-yay. I like that song.
1968, Christine.
68, really?
Oh, okay.
I thought that movie came out earlier than that.
So did I. Oh, well.
Interesting.
That was by Tony Bennett before the movie.
Ah, okay.
So, anyway. Yeah, I've forgotten who sang that song. I thought it was great, so I decided I needed to learn it.
It's a beauty. Tony Bennett sang that? I can't believe it.
Doesn't seem like his kind of song.
No, not at all.
Well, I may have to go look for that recording, but that's what Google told me, so Google's not always right.
I mean, Hushabye Mountain with a whiskey in your hand, in the nightclub,
Why not?
Well, Paul, you had mentioned some woman's name that I looked up.
Yes.
Yeah, she does an amazing version of it.
Let me see if I can figure out who that was. Stacy Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah, her version is great. Hold on, I'll put her YouTube video in the chat. She plays it in a different key. Like a full step down, I think. Or up, I'm not sure. Different. Well, are we done?
How do you save those links? I mean, can you put the chat on your computer somehow? I would just have to quickly.
Yeah, well, on mine, if I have a chat window, and if I click on the ... there's a save chat button.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, the chats are, you know, when I make that recording that I put on YouTube, the chat gets saved, but it's usually incomplete. I don't know why. It's just a text file they put down and it's truncated for whatever reason. So for the most part, the chat is temporary. If you don't get it now, you'll never get it.
Right. Sometimes I take a screenshot of things that, I want to save.
Mm-hmm.
But I just did what you told me, but I'm not sure where it went.
Yeah, me neither.
It's like, well, it's saved anyway. That's good.
Well, I think I'm going to say goodnight. Jack,
Yeah, me
thank
too.
you so much for
All
your
right.
lesson on
Night,
shell
everybody.
chords. It was really cool.
Me
Next
too.
week.
Night.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. That was great.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, I've got your notes here, so I'm going to work on those.
Yeah, me too.